Your OpenAPI spec contains endpoints that should never be exposed to AI models, but you still need to convert the rest of your API into MCP components. We'll show you exactly how to exclude specific routes by URL pattern or OpenAPI tags while keeping the rest of your API available. The pattern uses RouteMap with MCPType.EXCLUDE to filter out admin endpoints and internal-only operations, ensuring only safe, intended functionality gets exposed. From FastMCP, import FastMCP. From FastMCP server, OpenAPI import RouteMap MCPType. MCP equals FastMCP from OpenAPI. OpenAPI spec equals spec. Client equals client. RouteMaps equals. RouteMap pattern equals r/admin/ asterisk. MCPType equals MCPType.EXCLUDE. RouteMap tags equals internal. MCPType equals MCPType.EXCLUDE. This demonstrates the route mapping pattern for API transformation, where you declaratively control how REST endpoints convert to AI-callable components. The technique uses ordered matching rules to classify routes by path patterns, HTTP methods, or OpenAPI tags, then assigns each to a specific component type. What makes this distinctive is its separation of routing logic from implementation, letting you customize the AI interface without modifying the underlying API. The pattern works through a priority-based matching system where custom rules override defaults. Each route is evaluated against your route maps in sequence, with the first match determining its component type, whether it becomes a tool, resource, template, or gets excluded entirely. This declarative approach keeps your configuration clean and predictable, while still allowing fine-grained control over the AI interface shape. This matters because it solves the common problem of exposing only relevant API functionality to AI clients. You can exclude internal endpoints, convert complex routes into simpler AI-friendly components, and maintain security boundaries, all without changing your existing API. The trade-off is that you need to understand your API's usage patterns, but the result is a more focused, maintainable integration layer between REST APIs and AI systems. Let's break it down line by line. From FastMCP, import FastMCP. This imports FastMCP, the core class for creating AI-callable tools. It bridges Python functions to AI models by handling schema generation, validation, and execution. From FastMCP server, OpenAPI import RouteMap MCPType. Imports RouteMap for defining request routing rules and MCPType for specifying route handling behavior. These enable selective exclusion of admin and internal endpoints from the FastMCP proxy, preventing unintended AI exposure to sensitive operations. MCP equals FastMCP from OpenAPI. This instantiates FastMCP from an OpenAPI specification, creating an AI-callable interface for your API. The factory method handles schema validation and tool registration automatically, eliminating manual setup. This is the standard entry point when integrating existing OpenAPI services with FastMCP. OpenAPI spec equals spec. This passes the OpenAPI specification document to FastMCP, defining all available endpoints, parameters, and schemas. Without this, FastMCP wouldn't know which routes exist or how to validate requests against the API contract. It's the single source of truth for API structure. Client equals client. This passes the HTTP client instance that FastMCP will use for all outgoing requests. It centralizes connection management, ensuring consistent headers, timeouts, and authentication across all API calls. RouteMaps equals. The RouteMaps parameter defines URL and tag-based filtering rules for FastMCP's OpenAPI integration. It lets you explicitly exclude certain endpoints or tagged operations from being exposed to the AI model, preventing accidental exposure of admin or internal-only routes. This is the declarative pattern for access control in FastMCP's OpenAPI adapter.
RouteMap pattern equals r/admin/ asterisk MCPType equals MCPType.EXCLUDE.
This excludes all admin routes from AI exposure. The regex pattern /admin/ matches any path starting with admin, ensuring sensitive admin endpoints remain inaccessible to AI tools, critical for security isolation in production APIs.
RouteMap tags equals internal. MCPType equals MCPType.EXCLUDE.
This excludes all OpenAPI routes tagged as internal from MCP processing. It's a security pattern that prevents accidental exposure of internal-only endpoints to AI tools or external clients. This closes the RouteMaps list parameter, finalizing the exclusion rules for FastMCP's OpenAPI routing. Without this, the configuration would be malformed, causing FastMCP to reject the entire route mapping setup. This closing parenthesis finalizes the FastMCP from OpenAPI, instantiation, locking in the route exclusions, and client configuration. Without it, the configuration remains incomplete, preventing the MCP instance from being created. This is standard Python syntax for ending multi-line constructor calls. Route mapping philosophy. FastMCP's route maps transform OpenAPI specifications into AI-callable components through declarative pattern matching, where regex and tags determine component types before default rules apply. Exclusion rules process first, so catch-all exclusions will override all subsequent mappings, including defaults. The most specific patterns should always appear before general ones in your route map list.
The route that disappears from the map becomes the most powerful path.